the 1995 Suzuki Alto Works RSZ. I got a few plans for it. I want to get some preliminary data on how quick it is, because it is decently quick right out of the box. This specific car has the K6A 660cc inline 3-cylinder dual overhead cam turbocharged 5-speed all-wheel drive drivetrain. K6A reportedly makes a bit more torque than the F6A. In comparison to my Cappuccino, kind of agree with it, feels a little quicker. Big benefit of the K6A, it's timing chain versus timing belt, so it's a little easier to maintain. You don't have that belt service to deal with. Otherwise, from what I understand, they're very, very similar engines. Driveline wise, it's kind of interesting. Like I said, it's all-wheel drive. It has a front-wheel drive bias with a transfer case that can variably send torque to the rear when it detects slip up front. Pretty advanced for a tiny little K car. Under the hood, you see everything's pretty much stock for the most part. Factory little itty bitty turbos, literally the size of your hand. Little top mount intercooler. It's got a functional hood scoop. The most itty bitty little teeny tiny throttle body. The engine's just so small, you could just scoop the whole thing out with one hand. Suspension wise, it's all stock ride height. Interestingly, I wanted to show too, like I said, all-wheel drive, but it's got a solid rear axle in the back. I'm assuming that is probably straight out of a Suzuki carry truck. Exhaust wise, we got some chrome tips here. It's a Suzuki Sport. I guess you want to consider it a catback. It's got a nice little tone to it. There's a little muffler. I can't even see it this way. We'll have it on the lift later and show you. Inside the car here, nothing too crazy going on. Got a Momo steering wheel, a little boost gauge, aftermarket Kenwood radio. This super old Kenwood radio that's like barely, there's no wires or anything going to it. It's got AC, heat, defrost. Up here, for today's testing purposes, we got our AIM Solo 2 lap timer set in performance mode for 0 to 60 runs. Again, this car is on factory boost, so we're looking at like 0.8 bar. It feels pretty quick. I know they say these things make like 64 horsepower out of the box. It is like night and day faster than a K truck, that's for sure. It must just be the weight, like this thing just being so light, it just feels quick. Or it's just that, like, you know, it feels like a death trap, so it feels faster than it actually is. But we'll see what it does. All right, let's see if I can get a good launch here. Too much tire spin there, but we'll see. All right, we got 0 to 60 in 12.09 seconds. Let's do one more. All right, these tires totally suck because they're ancient, so let's see if I can be a little less aggressive and do a little better. Definitely not better, if not debatably worse. The front's really let go on that one. Oh, quite a bit better actually. 0 to 60 in 11.62 seconds, 646 feet. Not too bad. Figure I'll do one more going back the other way just for consistency's sake. Maybe it's the pavement, the elevation. All right, let's see if we can launch this thing a little better. Hooked up a little bit better that time. Okay, so my suspicion is that going this way, it is uphill slightly. We're at a 12.47. I felt like that was a pretty decent launch. A little bit of wheel spin, not terrible. Yeah, 12.47 and 704 feet. I'm guessing going back the other way is downhill. So, for the sake of science, I'm gonna do one more going back that way, and we'll get an average of all of them. Looks pretty darn flat this way. Well, let's give it another go. Short shifted a little. All right. Thing revs like to 8,500 RPM. It just feels wrong. Okay, I've got 11.34 0 to 60 at 632 feet. It's a big difference between each way. I obviously want to go with the faster number for reality, but it's hard saying. So I'm gonna add up what we got, an average between all of them, and go from there.